Welcome to the Spiritual Hustler Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Zweig, multi-seven-figure serial entrepreneur, best-selling author, and branding and business coach. And this is a show where we are redefining the word hustle, reclaiming our true feminine nature of magnetism, and putting down the self-judgments and shame around loving to work and making a lot of money at it. On this show, you're going to learn how to stop hustling and start spiritually hustling. By pressing play, you are now part of a new movement of women who don't hustle for money. We hustle for meaning. We don't hustle from lack. We hustle for love. We don't hustle from survival. We hustle for humanity's thriving. We hustle toward healing the ancestral programming of fear and step into a new understanding of safety in the body to receive. This shift isn't going to only heal your life, it's going to make you a whole lot richer too. This is the Spiritual Hustler Podcast. Well, hello, my beautiful spiritual hustlers, and welcome back to the podcast. OMG, am I so freaking excited to talk about this today with all of you, as I always am, but literally I'm just feeling such a shift in the frequency of 2026. And I believe, because we're also connected, that you're feeling it too. So welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Jess. I'm sitting here in my office. It's really hot in Nashville. I've got Zoe. I want to say hi, Zoe. She's on my lap. And we're just taking in how different this season feels. Now, if you're new to the show, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. On the podcast, we talk about all things business, all things spiritual, obviously, hence the name of the podcast. And every Thursday, I come on and give you a tiny little key off of my keychain that I am personally unlocking in real time, most of the time, for you to take, put on your keychain and unlock all the locks that have been keeping you stuck in your own bullshit and your own self-limiting beliefs and your own disempowerment, because you are up to you, babe, and you hold the power. You have the keys in your own hand. You are in the driver's seat of your own life. And that is really the whole essence of this podcast. So on Thursdays, I hand you a new one to add to your keychain. We got to go back to February 2026, about 5 months ago, and talk about the fire horse. Because I was so ready for the fire horse, you guys. I was so fucking excited about it. I was talking about it in November of 2025. Like, fuck this snake. I'm done with the shedding. This year has been so intense, and I'm ready to be a trailblazer, run free and wild and independent. The horse, she's my spirit animal. A shaman told me that in Santa Fe in 2020. And I'm like, this is my year. And it's all about acceleration and momentum and being just wildly free. Who doesn't want that? And then the fucking year started and nobody prepared me for it. I was so excited about the horse, I forgot about the fire, is my point. Fire is destructive, as we know. In fact, the way that a snake sheds its skin is a lot more gentle when we really think about these two animal archetypes than a fire horse. There's nothing gentle about it. Fire is destruction and dissolution and evaporation in a matter of seconds. And it is painful. It can burn you. It can kill you. And I've been sitting with this episode for a minute because I've decided this is the month, now that I'm kind of through it, that I'm ready to talk about it. Because the first few months of this year, of this Chinese New Year, starting in February, January, I was chill. It's cool. But February came and it was fuckery. That's the word I would use for it. Actually, there's two terms I would call February through May, truly, was fuckery. Like, so much whack-a-mole, surprising, blindsiding situations came at me that were really, really dysregulating and really, really heartbreaking and disruptive and shocking to my nervous system, and just made me rethink my whole life. And as a result of that, the other term that I would define February through May was a death portal. Like, I felt like I was dying, because I was. Call my therapist on our weekly appointment. I'm like, I'm dying. She's like, you're dying. It's true. You are going through a death portal. I would call my best friend, like, I'm dying. She's like, yeah, you're dying. I got really, really sick out of nowhere a couple months ago in April. I had to write this third book, which was its own death because it was such a challenging book to write. I reorganized my entire company. Literally flipped my org chart on its head. I have changed up my whole business model. I won't get into the details, but there was just so much death, fire. And the truth is, fire is not just destructive, it is regenerative. Fire transforms. Fire is alchemy, the alchemical process of turning lead to gold, death to life, because that's really what the feminine is. The feminine is the cycle of the ever-evolving, never-ending initiatory path of life, death, rebirth, life, death, rebirth, life, death, rebirth. And something shifted, and I believe that you feel it too, around the summer solstice. If I'm really being honest, for me, it was around the Taurus new moon on May 15th. The Taurus new moon was, as we know, the sign of Taurus is all around the material world and abundance and manifestation and just creating a groundedness, all of your dreams into reality. And the solstice hit, and I was in Avalon. I was in Glastonbury, UK for my mastermind retreat. And I acknowledge I was pretty much in the prime part of the world where you could ever be for such a day. Summer solstice is like, imagine in Glastonbury Christmas, but on steroids. It's their biggest day. The whole region goes crazy in the most powerful way. They stay up all night long to watch the sun. They celebrate at the top of the tour. There's festivals everywhere. Everything is about the solstice for those 24, 48 hours. And I was there for that with a bunch of women who I was there pilgrimaging with to Avalon in my mastermind. And we had this really beautiful activation. That's an understatement, just an incredible experience and ceremony. And I've been home now, and I am not the same woman that I was in February. And I know you are not either. And maybe as I was going through my entire story of February through May, you saw pieces of yourself in it as well. Maybe you had friendships dissolve. Maybe someone in your life died. Maybe you got really, really sick. Maybe something you launched didn't work out and it flopped. Maybe your team member quit that you were really depending on. Maybe some childhood triggers came up again with your family. Maybe you were questioning your entire business model too. Or maybe you felt a whole bunch of comparisonitis. And sitting here as I say all of that, none of that really feels as present as it did. You have clarity now. You're a different woman now. You have burned away grief and confusion and triggers and potentially your own projections. And you become even more embodied, even more gorgeously unbothered. The summer solstice, I believe, whether you were aware of it or not, reset the dial. It was a clock reset. It's the peak, the summit, the apex of the light all year long down onto this planet. And it activated all of us, like I said, whether you were conscious of it or not. And right after the solstice came, and we're in it right now, is Jupiter in Leo. One of the biggest cosmic shifts we'll have as female entrepreneurs in 12 years, which is all around visibility and leadership and abundance and luck. And I would highly recommend that you don't just stop and end there and be like, cool, Jupiter's in Leo. I would go look at your chart. I would go look at where the sun sits in your chart, in which house it sits in. So there's 12 houses. Mine sits in 12, which is really interesting. But each of the houses represent obviously a different aspect of your life and your timeline. And what the sun does, when we think about the sun, when it lights up the earth, what is it doing? It's fortifying it. It's giving it nutrients. It's fertilizing it with photosynthesis and helping it to grow. And at the same time, the sun is also going to expand the shadow, because if you think about it, let's just say the sun is sitting in your fourth house and there's a big, beautiful maple tree that is about to break open its branches and spread even wider. The sun is going to do that. The sun is going to help do that, of course. But the bigger that maple tree, the bigger the shadow it's going to cast. So this is a really important time to look at your chart and get really, really clear on what that house is all about, wherever that sun might be. And we're also moving into a solar eclipse in Leo on August 12th. So this is all happening in the next couple of weeks. So we are right here, right now, in the reset of the fire horse year. And the fire horse doesn't end until January. We have 7 more months of this power, this frequency, this once in a 60-year activation. And I have been saying this since November 25, and I'm going to say it again, even though my first 5 months of this year was fucking fuckery. This is the year for female leadership. This is the year for female entrepreneurs. And you get to sit with, and I would highly recommend you do this because I'm doing this with you, sister, is taking the next few weeks and putting down on paper what you are calling in for the next 7. Because the fire came first. It had to come first. I see that now, and hopefully you see that now. And the reason being is the horse, back to the magical, mythical, archetypal, spirit animal, totem creature that we all got excited about, is ready to run. I do feel the horse momentum, the expansion, the freedom, the gorgeously unbothered independence, the embodied confidence, the fun that it is to be who we are in the world out loud for people to see, feel, and ultimately buy from, is about to sprint out the gate. And here's what this year has taught me, what I feel in my bones. And I need you to hear this too. The horse needed a clear field to run on. So this is why we're unlocking the next 7 months, because the operative word is lock. And this is why I hand you a key every week to unlock it. Last few months had to happen so that you could learn all of the lessons and see through your own self-limiting beliefs around what you went through, because you are a wiser, more embodied woman in July than you were in February. And now is the time to unlock her, to let her run free into the dreams that she set forth in February, who just needed to, because this is how the universe works, had to go through a couple detours on her way to arrive here. But that was you, sister, carving your own lane the whole time. And you were using fire to do it. And that shit's powerful. And now you are standing on an open field with the lane that you just earned, carved beneath you, so that you can take this insane, once in a lifetime, universal energy of the year of the horse and fly. That is what we have come here for. I truly believe it's this year. We have not incarnated as women of this new earth on this planet as you listen to this show in 2026 by accident. You have not found yourself listening to this podcast today by accident either. And I really hope that you felt this unlock in your heart, because we need you to. And so I'm really excited to unlock the next 7 months with you. And so I am so excited to see all of what you unlock in the next 7 months as we ride together as the fire horse women that the world is waiting for. I love you all so much. And I will see you on the next episode of the Spiritual Hustler podcast. Bye, guys.